or hard mode in that matter, I'd probably be killed because of the ducking knockback that these Medusa heads give you. Thank God I'm playing this in easy mode to show you the differences between these games. And recently I found out through Johnny's playthrough of the game that there is actually a pot roast right here. Yes, pot roast in the wall. I don't think that a pot roast would be tasty. Apparently they call it a pork chop, but it looks like a pot roast to me, so I'm gonna call it a pot roast. But yeah, I don't think that a pot roast would be tasty if I smacked it out of a stone wall like one of these things. Oh yeah, by the way, in Castlevania Chronicles and the original Castlevania, those crushers would actually kill you in one hit. In Castlevania 1993's Easy Mode and the Arranged Mode of the PlayStation Castlevania Chronicles, these crushers actually won't kill you in one hit. Even if you touch it, you won't die, you just will lose like 4 bars of health. I just try not to lose any health because I'm trying to speedrun this game as much as I can without getting hit. Although you will see, like, in the later levels, I end up trying to survive on one hit, which I don't know how I do it. Again, I don't task my games. If I tasked my games, I would be one of the biggest cheaters on the planet. And I'm just playing fair and square. What I just got there was the, Holy Cross of Doom, which pretty much kills everything. It's sort of the smart bomb of Castlevania. Although, I believe that you can buy it as a power-up. And here's Medusa, which... God dang it. Holy water is your friend. Medusa actually does have the ability to send out snakes, which you would see in my US Castlevania playthrough. The snakes, they just move left and right, and they do get pretty annoying when there's like 8 of them on screen, but it really does give like the legacy mode feature, which pretty much makes the game that much more unbearable. Because legacy mode, which is the flicker option, it does get annoying from time to time. Now, this stage pretty much introduces us to the Hunchbacks, or in later games like Symphony of the Night, you know them as Flea Men. They are pretty much the most annoying enemies of this game, aside from the Darkwing Bats we see in level 17, or is it level 16, I forget. But, yeah, the Hunchbacks / Flea Men, they jump nearly everywhere. You don't know when they're gonna jump, you don't know where they're gonna jump. You have to have your holy water or your crucifix ready. I don't try using the knife on these guys, only because, when you throw the knife, it's just a straight throw. It may be the fastest weapon, but has the lowest attack power. I don't like the knife weapon a bit. I hate it to death. And god dang it, Skeleton, why do you have to throw bones while I'm walking downstairs? But I digress. The Flea Men are, again, they're pretty much the worst enemies you'll ever see in the game. I don't know what other games feature them. I've never actually beaten Castlevania 3, only because the Dracula boss in there is pretty much ridiculous. If I ever bother beating Dracula's curse, you'll see what I mean. But I do not remember if the Flea Men do make a reappearance in that title. I know they don't in Castlevania 2, only because that game was made from Zelda 2, and pretty much all the enemy styles were from Zelda 2, so I could understand as to why the game wasn't as easy to play as anything else. But, yeah. One thing I would have liked about Castlevania, if it did have it, was sort of the Ninja Gaiden effect. I would have liked Castlevania to have cutscenes in between levels, sort of like how Ninja Gaiden did when they originally made the game. But then again, Ninja Gaiden was pretty much the only game to feature that, and that was released 2 years after Castlevania, so why am I complaining about it now? But hey, it would have been fun. I mean, if Mega Man 2 could have done the— oh wait, that was around the same year. Never mind. Those bone pillars really can be a pain in the anus if you don't really have the proper weapon. You can spam the crap out of your whip using the turbo control, but then again, it's hard to avoid the fire if you're not ducking. Even if you're ducking though, that upper flame can really catch you off guard, because sometimes these bone pillars will fire they'll fire a little above your whip, and it's just not easy to... Don't get the knife there. It's just not easy to avoid. I've been killed how many times? I don't know. Nevertheless, these mummies, they shoot parts of their, they just shoot parts of their thread, and, yeah, pretty much, the boss is over. Just holy water for the win. Nevertheless, this will actually be a 2-part playthrough. I am surprised that this will actually be going by pretty goddamn quickly. So, in part 2, we shall conclude Castlevania. See you then.